Do you remember those M&M's adverts with people turning into M&M people? Me neither, but I once stumbled upon them on YouTube and watching a bunch of M&M's commercials. I found these ones underwhelming because the ones we all know and like are the ones with J.K. Simmons and Billy West, because unlike most attempts at humor and advertising, they're actually funny and entertaining.
At his age, I'd be concerned if he wasn't interested.
I'm just not ready for this.
Anyway, the only thing that stuck out about the first ones I mentioned was the song.
What'd you say?
The song stood out to me so much that I looked up the song, gave it a listen. I liked it so much that I made a note of the band so I could go back later and listen to the band's entire discography. This band is called The. I didn't stutter, that's its name. The. The band emerged from the post-punk scene and was founded by Matt Johnson after he released his solo album Burning Blue Soul in 1981. That album didn't have any music videos though, which is what I'm here to talk about because The had some real beauties. Starting off with their 1983 album Soul Mining, the one with the cover that has Nefertiti cosplaying as heroin addict Marge Simpson, this album had a couple of music videos to accompany its songs. One is I've Been Waiting for Tomorrow All My Life. This is a single location music video, and straight away those of you who are art enthusiasts will recognise that the set design is distinctly H.R. Giger's style, because he was the art designer for this video. A fair amount of the music video is just the camera admiring the artwork mixed with medium shots and close-ups of Matt Johnson singing. The video is worth watching just for H.R. Giger's art, and this part that zooms in on the face of this artwork fading into Matt Johnson's face is pretty cool. And it ends by zooming in on Matt playing with a fluffy cat, who just shows up for no apparent reason. The other video from Soul Mining is for the iconic This Is The Day, which became the band's signature song. Most of it is Matt being unconvincingly green screened onto several locations, along with a few other people representing background singers and a man playing accordion, who I'm assuming is Wix Wicken since he's the accordion player for this song. It's a lot less flashy compared to a lot of the other videos made for The, though I like this part with Matt singing to himself while the image at the window keeps changing. Not only is it the video's most creative visual, but having Matt wistfully look out the window as time passes him by relates to the lyrics of the song. The fact that they're green screened into empty or at most sparsely populated footage of seaside locations reflects the song's themes of solitary introspection. I can personally relate to this because I've lived near the coastline my whole life. There's this amusement park / low budget holiday park that I used to infrequently go to ever since I was a little kid. It's where I got this Scooby-Doo and this Spyro the Dragon keychain from. Now, you might remember this that brief period in late February, early March, when COVID made a lot of businesses shut down, but COVID lockdowns hadn't started yet. So some places were just ghost towns that you could still go to. I remember actually going to this seaside amusement park by myself and being the only person there and completely alone in this place from my childhood and adolescence that used to be teeming with life. It was a real emotional experience that this music video reminds me of. 4 years later in 1986, The released their next album, Infected. Along with Soul Mining, these were their two best albums. All of The's albums are worth listening to, but these two are a cut above the rest. The essential listening. Other than the music being stellar, something unique about this album is that every song on it has its own separate music video. And they didn't half-bake them and spread themselves too thin, they went all out with an 8-course banquet. First up was the title track Infected. This is where the music videos start looking more like narrative shorts. Before the singing starts, the musical build up to it is accompanied by scenic shots of this South American river and the locals who live by it. We're on an adventure. Matt is introduced to us on a boat strapped to a chair like a mental medical patient. Once he's off the boat, a barrage of close-ups of Matt singing ensues. The fast pace they come at you at different locations and flashing images in his glasses matches the feverish mood of the song. The way the video moves on to Matt singing in front of a roaring fire at night ups the intensity. One of the coolest moments in any of The's music videos is this part with the old man playing a trumpet solo atop the mountains. You want to be there with him, and what better way to end it than with an atmospheric nighttime burning with fast-paced close-ups of the locals watching all those sticks burn as the now familiar chorus of the song plays. The second track on the album is Out of the Blue Into the Fire. Like the album's first song, this also has a music video that tells a story of Matt going on a journey, only this one is much more grounded and straightforward. which fits because the song itself is more subdued and less jumpy than Infected. This video's story is pretty much him picking up a prostitute. Starting the video off with Matt squatting alone in a rundown, roach-infested den immediately sets the tone for the song. Later on, when he's driving off with the woman he's taken from the street, the contrast between how excited she is and how numb he looks relates to the song's lyrics about feelings of isolation. Once they get to a hotel room, the passion in Matt's acting conveys the emotion in his singing. It's fitting that the motif of the woman looking impassioned while Matt looks checked out is repeated once his vocals end and the female vocals kick in. And then, once all the vocals are finished, most of the rest of the video is a single shot that lasts over 50 seconds where the characters and the music wind down. I don't know what the point of this nosy Parker was. Maybe to symbolise how society is still judging you no matter how much you isolate yourself from it. Maybe he just wandered onto the set and they didn't have the heart to tell the old codger to leave. Third on this album is Heartland. This could have easily just been another video where the musician performs the song on camera and that's it, but it has more visual flair than just that. The setting inside what looks like an empty, gloomy warehouse lends itself to the song's message about societal decay. It's the same with the images being projected behind Matt being a mix of the streets of Britain with bleak images and random images of eyes and lips because hey, it's still an 80s music video. All finished with a clear homage to Patton with the American flag behind Matt, clearly relating to the repetition that this is the 51st state of the USA. I'm not quite sure what the point of this single woman audience was. She shows up, listens for a bit, and then leaves. Maybe to represent an ignorant public who ignore harsh truths, or possibly to represent a listener who has been touched by the song, has heard enough and goes off to continue her life. The bleakest thing about this song is how much of it still applies to the UK today, even though this song came out in 1986. Those of you watching from Britain will know what I mean. Unless you're a kid with an iPad, then the subject matter will go over your head. In which case, I'm sorry Lego is so expensive these days. The price of Lego must feel like the child equivalent of how the housing market is for young adults. Fourth on the album is Angels of Deception. The video for this song is a tour de force of artsy music video techniques. It's got everything: detailed set design, miniatures, model buildings, hand-drawn animation, weird makeup, a live lizard, the works. All of this is an art department's wet dream. This looks so exquisite you could watch this on mute and enjoy it. Just look at the use of light shining through the model windows. I don't see how the song and the video's imagery relate to each other, but the song's magnificent and so is the video. They make a real pair. Both the video and the song itself remind me of something Oingo Boingo would have produced. You want me to talk about Oingo Boingo? Maybe another time. Right away, the video for the fifth track, Sweet Bird of Truth, starts with a striking image of a skull amongst the rubble of a destroyed area, with the first shot in colour being Matt standing on a hill with a stark red background. If you haven't guessed, this is the album's anti-war song. Among the scenes that show the aftermath of destruction, Matt playing the part of a distressed pilot and this angel of death showing up, you don't have to really think about it to know what the video is all about. Like Heartland, it's a downer how much this song still applies to the current day. But at least this has more substance than some of the other anti-war songs that have tried to get into the charts.
War is naughty, really naughty. Even the smaller wars are very naughty.
And coming in at number 6 on the album, it is Slow Train to Dawn. Depicting the song's title and lyrics literally, this video is centered around what else? A train. Since the song is like a conversation between two people in a floundering relationship, the video is pretty much a verbal exchange of feelings between Matt and the accompanying singer, Nina Cherry, which switches between them just talking to each other, and Nina being tied to the train tracks while Matt feels the train speeding towards her. It looks like the train about to hit Nina is meant to symbolise her being crushed as their relationship comes to an end, but oh wait, the relief at the end is the train coming her way is only a model. The 7th song on the Infected album is Twilight of the Champion. This song is about the loss of humanity while surviving in an uncaring city. And its music video feels a lot less like a narrative short and more of a montage that relates to the song. There are shots of a city, a man in an office being murdered, a child wandering around with a gun near a trash car, and Matt's reflection lit up as he sings. A fraction of the video is also a shaky handheld shot of Matt while bathed in sickly green, signifying that things are far from okay. Finally, the 8th track on the album is The Mercy Beat. It's fitting that this should be the last one because it goes back to the first track's video by being another journey in South America. This one feels more like a party though. The video begins with Matt looking listless in his room and it's like his mood just keeps improving along the way as he socializes and attends this religious carnival thing. The video made me feel connected with his two friends quickly. Hell yeah little guy, you give him those bones and leaves. Go drunken priest, go! There are split-second flashes from the other videos to show you what you've been through. It even ends similarly to the first one. There's a brief documentary about the making of these videos on The Other's YouTube channel, which I recommend. In 1989, The Other's next album, Mind Bomb, was released. This one had a few music videos made for it. They weren't as bombastic as the Infected videos, but not without merit. Most of this video for Kingdom of Rain is in one location, with Matt standing and lounging around in a sweat with a woman who presumably represents his girlfriend. This might seem unambitious, but it fits with the atmospheric sound of the song. It gives off the feeling of relaxing next to your partner in a state of worry and resignation, which matches the subject matter of the lyrics about thoughts that a relationship has run its course. Then there's The Beaten Generation, which has the band playing the song in a blank room. The other music video for the Mind Bomb album is Gravitate to Me. This one is also the band performing in black and white, but there's a bit more to it than just that. A portion of it is Matt lying on a mattress as he's draped in shadows, reflecting the lyrics on how he longs for love. In 1993, The Other released their next album, Dusk, which also had music videos made for 3 of its songs. The one for Love is Stronger Than Death has all the hallmarks of a video for a slow rock song from the 90s. It's in black and white, tilting shots of leafless trees, time lapses of clouds, people hanging out. Look at this video from 1997 for Say Goodbye by Cheap Trick, and you can see the similarities. The strength of the music video is straightforward. The song's all about the strength of love, and we're showcased to a montage of people clearly fond of each other as friends or family. It's touching. For the song Dogs of Lust, its music video is almost entirely a recording of the band recording the song. Though it's more stylized than just a recording of a studio recording, with its blue and orange lighting, combining of shaky camera work with extreme close-ups. The song Slow Motion Replays video is the only one that adds something that isn't on the audio of the song. You have to watch the video to hear it. That being a scene that plays before that song that's about the song itself. Let me explain. The scene is a single shot where a man is asked about the world's problems, which relates to the song itself. It pretty much acts as an introduction to the themes of the song, and the documentary style it's shot in adds a sense of sincerity to it. It's a lot more grounded than starting it off with,
The elephant is dying.
Even after the song starts, the music video adds brief clips of more people answering what they think the world's problems are. What's also exclusive to the music video is it ends on a snippet from an interview with the band. Anyway, the actual music part of the music video has a lot of the band playing, but the rest include shots of somber looking people to match the reflective lyrics, balanced out with happy looking people and literal horseplay that gels with the bounciness of the music. In the same year, The Other also released the Solitude EP, which included alternative mixes of their previous songs and a re-recording of This Is The Day. Only this is a very different version of the song entitled That Was The Day, which has the same lyrics but is a more bare bones version of the song with no accordion.
What's the matter, Master? No!
The video centers on Matt Johnson and the harmonica player performing the song, but it's spliced with seemingly random footage, clips of Matt looking happy, and behind the scenes footage of the band. The juxtaposition between these clips and the downbeat sound of the song evokes a bittersweet feeling of nostalgia which fits the song's lyrics. This version of the song also had a couple more videos milked from it. One is just the same video of Matt and the harmonica player that was used in the one I just talked about, and there was another that was just a montage of photo collages of The related pictures. A couple of years later, The released their 1995 album Hanky Panky. Why was it called that? Get this, the entire album is just covers of country musician Hank Williams songs. A British alternate rock band who got into the charts multiple times for their intelligently written and innovative songs. And they made a Hank Williams tribute album. It would be like if XTC made an album entirely of Pat Boone songs. The Other's cover of I Saw the Light went top 40 though, so it got results. Speaking of which, that's the only song from the album that got a music video. It consists of aerial shots of a city draped in blue, the band performing the song, and Matt standing at the edge of a building like he's Batman. I don't see how any of it relates to the substance of the song, but it looks cool. In 2000, The Other released Naked Self, but it didn't have any music videos. And there wasn't another studio album for 24 years, that being Installment, the one with the cover art that looks like a Rayman villain. And this one had a couple of videos. There was Cognitive Dissident, which is mostly the lyrics being projected over Matt's face as he sings. It's pretty much a lyrics video starring Matt Johnson. The other video is Linoleum Smooth to the Stocking Foot, which is made up of extreme close-ups fading into each other of Matt Johnson in a shadowy room while blurry and indeterminate images are projected onto him, which complements the distorted sounds in the track. It's also worth mentioning that The made the music for 2 feature films. One about a serial killer named Tony, and another which is a crime thriller called Hyena. So collectively, that's like 3 hours of film set to their music. I've even seen Tony, and I'd recommend it if you want a realistic yet compelling depiction of the day-to-day life of a serial killer. Hopefully I've illuminated you enough on the music and videos of The. If there are any music videos you think more people should know about, tell me. If you're a musician and you want a video made, I'm right here. I've just shown you that I have an understanding of how to relate creative visions to a song, so come on. Do you think Irish people pronounce the band's name as Duh? Because that's already an album.